Hey guys, it's Alise here with AJ Moneycoach. So several of my followers on Instagram have asked me to do a video where I show you how to do a monthly budget. So that's what I've got in store for you today. Now before we get started, please make sure to hit subscribe to my channel below so you don't miss out on any important money tips and demos. So the first thing that you should know is that there are many ways out there to budget. You can do anything from a pen and paper to an Excel spreadsheet or Google Sheets to any of the number of software programs or apps that are out there for budgeting. But today I'm going to show you a simple spreadsheet method. Okay, so we're over here in the Excel version of a budget. That's what I'm going to show you today. And I've got this little sheet set up here, and it's got all sorts of little categories that we're going to walk through, and I'm going to show you how to use it. So the first thing we're going to start with here is figuring out what your monthly take-home pay is for your household or for whoever you're budgeting for, if you're budgeting for just yourself. This is going to be what you take home in your paycheck after taxes, after deductions, after your 401k contributions, everything. Like basically what is either on your check or gets direct deposited into your bank account on a monthly basis. So if you get paid twice a month, once a month, weekly, figure out what this is on a monthly basis, and we're going to plug that in there. So let's say, for example, that number is $4,500, okay? That is your monthly take home. That's what you have to budget with. So you're going to go into each of these categories here, and you can create your own. You can rename them to what you need. Not everybody needs all of these categories. Some people need some additional categories. It just depends on what you've got going on here. So over here you've got tithes, whether that's to your church, charity and offerings, other charities you give. You've got food broken down by groceries, and then restaurants. Some people like to have additional categories of restaurants of like takeout or fast food or coffee. For my purposes, I just use restaurants or food outside the home. Basically, those are my two categories. It's either groceries that we buy to eat at home, or we are eating out via takeout, sit down at a restaurant, drive-through, bar, coffee shop, cafe. Any of those things constitutes food outside the home. You can have your savings categories here, and you can create more, less, whatever you want. Clothing, adults, children, cleaning and laundry, dry cleaning, things like that. Housing, so this is where you would put your mortgage or rent, any other housing loan, real estate taxes, repairs, maintenance, dues, transportation costs. If you don't own a car, if you're like in a city with public transport, you would probably want to add something like bus fare or train fare, maybe parking, maybe Ubers and Lyfts, whatever your form of transportation is. Utilities. I would also make sure you include like streaming services here. People often forget that. Medical and health related costs, different types of insurance, recreation. Personal is a big category here, and a lot of times this is what my clients tend to change because not everybody needs childcare or a sitter, not everybody needs pet supplies or baby supplies, but people have different needs that fit into here. It might be kids' sports, it might be just whatever you are into and you spend money on. And then over here is like your debt section. So if you've got a car payment or two, if you've got credit cards, student loans, other secured debt, that'd be like a loan on a boat or an RV or something that's secured, and then other unsecured debt, maybe personal loans or whatever else you've got out there. Okay, so let's just kind of walk through one here and just say, so $4,500 a month. So let's say that so the point here is to get this to what we call a zero-based budget, which is to say we're going to allocate every dollar in our budget to a category, and that category doesn't mean we spend it all. Some of those categories could be savings, some of those categories could be debt payment if you have debt. It's just that we're going to give every dollar a name, and so that we have a plan for them, instead of like sort of ending up at the end of the month and going, I ran out of money, or where did all my money go? You're giving every dollar, you have a plan. And so you might go, okay, we spend, grocery prices have gone up. We spend about, $700 a month on groceries, but we don't need out much. So I'm going to put like, $125 there. And, you just kind of work through this a little bit. Adults, we don't really need clothing this, during the month very much, but, I need to buy my kids new shoes or something. Maybe we spend $20 a month on dry cleaning for somebody's job. Maybe you are trying to put like $150 away towards retirement and like $50 away towards kids' college fund. That's great. All right, let's say your rent is $12.50 a month and you don't have to pay any of these dues or real estate taxes or repairs or maintenance because you're renting. That's fabulous. Let's say you spend about $200 a month in gas, and we're going to allocate about $20 for oil changes, tires, replacement, repairs, things like that. And then you can come down here and check at any point in time. So you've got $4,500 and you've already budgeted $2,565. So you've got $1,935 left. So utilities, that's usually a big one. So, let's say your electric bill is about $150 a month, your gas bill is $35, water is $30, trash is included in your rent. Let's say your cell phone bill is $100, your internet's $75, and cable, satellite, this is where I would put like all of those streaming services. So if you've got like Netflix and Hulu and Disney Plus and all of those things, like figure out what all of those are here, and maybe that's whatever, $45 a month. And then, do you have medications that you take regularly that you have to pay for? Dentist, vitamins, therapy is a good one that I like to have in here for people. And then, rent, we said you were renting. So renter's insurance, say that's like $240 a year. So that's about $20 a month. And say your car insurance is like $100 a month. And if you have any other premiums here. And then of course you want some, entertainment and vacation money, but that you have, car payment here. So you would, your car payment's like $412 a month. I don't know. So where are we at here? We got about $953 left to budget. So, you pay, once in a while you get a babysitter, a couple times a month. So you pay like, let's say $100 for a babysitter once in a while. And, you've got some other music subscriptions or things like that. And, you got to pay, get haircuts for your family. And you kind of see how this is going here, right? And you got a student loan that you pay $200 a month on. And so you play around with this and you make sure you've got everything covered. I always want to make sure you have a little bit of entertainment money in here to do something, and hopefully maybe save for some vacations. And then you want to make sure you have some pocket money. So if you're single, that's fine. Have a little pocket money. If you're a couple, have some money for both of you that you can kind of have just discretionary throughout the month, okay? Even when you're trying to crush your goals. And let's see, I'm just trying to get this worked out here. So this is where we put maybe your money away for vacation, and maybe you're trying to add to your emergency fund here, and you're saving the rest for Christmas gifts, okay? And so we played around with this realistically, don't just make up numbers, but play around with this until you get to the point where you've budgeted every dollar. And then you're going to go in as you spend during the month, and you're going to start filling this in every time you go to the grocery store. So I went to the grocery store this week and it was $185. And then, next week you went and you didn't have to buy as much and you only bought $97. And you're going to keep track of this as you go during the month. And you can do this for a few months and you're going to see, are your budget numbers really realistic? Are you actually spending within that? Or do you need to increase or decrease some of these categories and adjust your lifestyle as such? And sticking within that budget, living within your means, and still putting some away for savings is going to help you get yourself out of debt and start to build wealth. So hopefully now you have a better idea of how to budget and how to get started. If you like this video, please give it a like and be sure to subscribe to my channel. I'll see you again next week.